Before she became one of the most recognizable faces in fashion, Bella Hadid was just a little girl with big dreams, a quiet heart, and a storm already waiting for her inside her body. Born on October 9, 1996, in Washington, D.C., Bella was the middle child of a glamorous family. Her mother, Yolanda Hadid, a former Dutch model, and her father, Mohammed Hadid, a Palestinian-American real estate developer, built a life of privileged mansions, private jets, and luxury. From the outside, it looked perfect. But Bella's world was not a fairy tale. It was a battle disguised in beauty. Bella grew up riding horses, dreaming of becoming an Olympic athlete. While other children played with toys, Bella spent hours in the barn, brushing horses, finding peace in silence. She once said horses understood her better than people, maybe because, even at a young age, she felt different, quieter, softer, more sensitive than her bold older sister, Gigi Hadid. In school, she wasn't the loud, confident kid everyone admired. She was the observer. The girl with deep eyes, watching the world carefully, feeling everything deeper than others knew. When Bella was still young, her family fell apart. Her parents divorced, a painful, public split. Luxury remained, but stability did not. She moved between homes, countries, and emotional worlds. With her mother, she lived disciplined, health-focused days. With her father, she experienced Middle Eastern hospitality, warmth, culture, and traditions of pride and resilience. Bella didn't always feel like she belonged in either world. Half Palestinian, half Dutch, raised in America, she felt like pieces scattered across continents, looking for where she truly fit. Bella Hadid was not born wanting to model. Her real dream, to become a professional equestrian champion. Horses were her therapy, her escape, her freedom. But life has a way of testing us where it hurts most. In her early teens, Bella began experiencing symptoms: exhaustion, pain, dizziness. Doctors eventually diagnosed her with Lyme disease, a silent illness also affecting her mother and brother. Her body betrayed her first. Her dream fell apart second. She was forced to give up competitive riding, and a piece of her heart broke forever. She once said, "I didn't choose this life. It chose me when my body couldn't fight anymore." Most people saw the glamorous future ahead, but Bella saw a loss. Bella's illness didn't just attack her physically, it invaded her emotions. She struggled with extreme fatigue, muscle pain, memory fog, anxiety, depression, isolation. Imagine being young, rich, beautiful, and still feeling trapped in a body that refused to cooperate. People praised her looks, but they didn't understand her pain. She wasn't the confident model yet. She was a young girl fighting invisible battles no spotlight could reveal. And still, slowly, quietly, she prepared to rebuild herself. Her illness didn't end her path, it rewrote it. Instead of horses, she turned to modeling, not to be famous, but to survive, to support her family, and to prove to herself that broken wings can still fly. Before the world whispered her name in admiration, Bella walked quietly into the fashion scene. No spotlight, no loud introduction. She was Gigi's younger sister, and for a long time, the world could not see her beyond that. New York City college days, studying fashion photography, she wanted to hide behind the camera, not stand in front of it. Yet destiny stood at the runway, calling her, and Bella, with trembling confidence but fierce ambition, answered. Backstage at her earliest shows, she barely spoke. Eyes lowered, headphones in, breathing steady, rehearsing her strength in silence. But when her heels touched the runway, a transformation, face sharp like marble, strides cutting through air, a storm dressed in silk. One day, they'll know me for me, not as someone's sister. She repeated this mantra like prayer. Gigi, golden hair, sunshine energy, America's sweetheart. Bella, mysterious, darker beauty, more shadow than sparkle. The world adored comparing them. Who's prettier? Who's more successful? Who deserves the spotlight? Every headline was a Gigi loved her sister deeply, but love can't silence the world. Some nights, Bella stared at the ceiling, feeling unseen, unheard, overshadowed. Being compared hurts. To create your own light, sometimes you must walk through darkness. She didn't resent her sister, she resented the cage she was placed in. And that is the difference people never understood. With fame came glamorous circles, Kendall, Kylie, Hollywood royalty, perfect faces, perfect bodies, perfect images curated for millions. Bella often felt like she was performing confidence she didn't yet have. Crowded parties, loud music, flashing cameras, inside her heart. A quiet girl trying to breathe. She wasn't cold, she was cautious. She wasn't arrogant, she was overwhelmed. She didn't fit the room. She was learning how to belong nowhere and still stand tall. Behind her intimidating stare lived a soft, anxious soul learning to armor itself. People saw the face. Few saw the fight. The world dissected her face like a science project. Fake. Plastic. Too perfect to be real. Strangers turned her into a topic rather than a human being. Bella's silence stretched for years. Silence is not weakness, it's survival. She once admitted, "I used to cry looking at my own pictures. I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel enough." Imagine becoming famous not for who you are, but who they insist you must be. She became an icon, but at the cost of her own self-worth for a while. Even victories felt like battles won with shaking hands. In the middle of her rise, her body betrayed her. Lyme disease, exhaustion, pain, inflammation, anxiety. Runway lights looked like stars to the audience, but like needles to her body. On certain days she pushed, she endured. She collapsed in silence and stood back up silently. The world saw perfection. She saw a warrior in survival mode. Fashion celebrated her power, unaware it was built on suffering. One day, she broke. And from that breaking, she rebuilt. Meditation, solitude, art, clay in her hands, paint under her nails, breath slow, soul healing. She didn't need cameras. She needed peace. I don't want to just look strong. I want to feel strong. And so she became it piece by piece, breath by breath. Bella didn't return as a model. She returned as a force. Bella's secret pleasures and her true side. Quiet soul observes more than she speaks. Artistic soul sculpture, painting, photography, loves nature, heals in silence, mountains, farms. Deep senses, carries emotions like poetry. Reborn woman, healing, strong, self-defined. And her story is still unfolding. She is the storm that learned softness, the beauty that learned pain, the girl who stepped out of her sister's shadow and built her own empire. Not perfect, not untouched, but real, raw, and rising. When the world demanded perfection, Bella chose transformation. And that is why she fascinates us. Before the runways, before the headlines, Bella was just a young girl who fell in love deeply and quietly. Not the Hollywood-style perfect love. A real one. Messy, passionate, confusing. Her most famous relationship, the weekend. To artists, to sensitive souls, both burning bright and burning fast. They met young, they rose together, they broke apart, and somehow always found their way back, even if only as memories. Their love wasn't gossip. It was music, melancholy, and the kind of silence only broken hearts understand. Sometimes destiny doesn't end in forever. Sometimes it ends in growth. Bella learned that loving deeply can hurt deeply, but it makes you real. She didn't fall in love like a celebrity. She fell like a human being. Imagine trying to love someone while the world watches, judges, analyzes, one wrong look at a red carpet. Are they breaking up? One missed photo on Instagram, they're done. Love in private is hard. Love under flashing cameras, brutal. Bella never weaponized heartbreak for publicity. She healed quietly, privately, like someone closing a wound with trembling hands. That silence was strength. While cameras saw glam, Bella fought anxiety, depression, identity confusion, body dysmorphia, chronic illness, fame pressure, internet judgment. She wasn't weak. She was human. And instead of pretending to be perfect, she broke the taboo and spoke, "Some days I wake up and I just don't feel good mentally, and that's okay." Millions saw themselves in her honesty. She became a voice for those who whisper their pain instead of screaming it. That is influence. That is legacy. Bella didn't numb the pain, she dissected it. She turned to meditation, therapy, journaling, holistic healing, nature retreats, silence and solitude, family grounding. She learned the power of slowing down in a world obsessed with speed. In that stillness, she found herself again. She wasn't becoming famous anymore. She was becoming whole. There came a time when the world finally saw what Bella always knew deep down. She wasn't second to anyone. Not a shadow. Not a comparison. She became Dior Beauty Ambassador, runway queen in Paris and Milan, face of luxury houses, muse of photographers and designers, cultural figure, not just a model. Her walk wasn't just walking. It was storytelling, attitude, femininity with edge. She didn't chase the throne. She carved her own. Behind the fashion goddess is a girl who loves horses more than parties, would rather paint than be photographed, feels deeply, sometimes too deeply, values loyalty like gold, believes healing is power, protects her softness with strength, cries, laughs, breaks, rebuilds like all of us. Bella isn't the cold, untouchable supermodel media created. She is quiet power, the kind you feel, not the kind you see. Not just a model, not just a Hollywood beauty, not someone's sister, not someone's girlfriend. Bella Hadid is becoming a storyteller, a healer, a creative visionary, a cultural symbol of vulnerability plus strength, a woman rewriting what beauty and fame mean. She's proof that you can break and still come back shimmering instead of shattered. Pain didn't destroy her, it shaped her, and today she walks not to be seen, but to shine on her own terms. Here are some verified details about Bella Hadid's estimated net worth, real estate holdings, and lifestyle assets based on publicly available sources. Net worth: her net worth is estimated to be around US $25 million. Celebrity net worth: International Business Times, UK. Some sources suggest it may increase modestly to US $26.5 million in 2024. Her income streams include modeling contracts, brand endorsements, social media partnerships, business ventures, real estate assets. Bella purchased a penthouse in New York's Soho neighborhood in late 2019 for approximately $6.1 million. Architectural Digest. She later listed the same penthouse for sale for approximately $6.5 million. Architectural Digest. She also rented elite luxury residences in New York, with her sister, Architectural Digest. So, while her real estate portfolio isn't as large as that of the ultra-rich, she does have significant assets in prominent locations. There are reports that she uses private jets for travel. Details of her car collection have been less public. Many luxury models are associated with her and the Hadid family's lifestyle. Brand power, advertisements, social media also serves as an asset. The $25 million figure is an estimate. Models' incomes fluctuate and asset values vary. Real estate listings, for example, the NYC penthouse, show her investment approach, but also that she may sell or upgrade so holdings can shift. Some family holdings, inherited or via parents, may influence lifestyle but not always fully documented under her name. Her net worth and assets should be viewed in context of modeling contracts, brand endorsements, investments, and real estate, not solely standard salary. Where Bella's money comes from, Bella's wealth flows from multiple streams: high-fashion runway contracts, global campaigns, Dior, Versace, Bulgari, Michael Kors, beauty ambassador deals, editorial shoots, and fashion magazine covers, paid Fashion Week exclusives, social media partnerships, business ventures, and creative collaborations. She learned early that fame disappears fast, but brand equity lasts. Bella Hadid didn't chase wealth. She built value. She didn't inherit fame. She survived pressure long enough to turn it into currency. And now, she chooses calm over chaos, depth over drama, purpose over perfection. And that, not the money, is what truly makes her rich. From a childhood shadowed by illness and self-doubt to the dizzying heights of global modeling, Bella turned pain into performance, heartbreak into confidence, and struggle into a legacy. Her wealth, $25 million, luxury homes, fashion campaigns, is impressive. But the real value isn't counted in dollars. It's in the lessons she carries, the trials she survived, and the voice she gives to those struggling silently. If you had the life, fame, and fortune Bella built, what would you do differently? Would you chase your dreams, protect your peace, or redefine your path? Comment below. We want to hear your story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Bella Hadid's life, struggles, and success, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. This is Deep Rhythm, where every life has a story, and every story leaves a mark. See you in the next video.
To be continued.